Today we're going to go over of how we could set up our own profit and loss spreadsheet. I am going to walk through step by step on Excel. Please click that like button, that subscribe button, and that notification bell. My name is Chawanne Burns, and I am a business owner. The whole purpose of this channel is to help you get started off on the right foot in owning your business. Okay, the first thing we want to do is we want to open up a spreadsheet, and our first line we are going to type in profit and loss statement. So in line cell A1 we want to type in profit and loss statement in hyphen 12 months because we're going to build a 12-month spreadsheet. In our second line, we are going to start it off with January of 2020. And if you notice, if you put your cursor on the bottom right corner of the cell, you could drag the formula and it fills out those months for you. So under cell A2, we're going to put period starting. And so since I made a mistake, I'm going to copy and paste the months to the starting period because we want it in the same row. And then we're going to delete that top line. So that's what your spreadsheet should look like right now. I'm going to make this a little bit larger so you'll be able to see what I'm doing. But we're going to format the top row just a little bit. You could put this, format it if you want it black. If you want it white, you could put any filler that you want, whatever resonates with you. I am using a black background with white text. Next, we are just going to start filling out our column A. Under the starting period, we need to put sales, other, gross sales, less cost of goods sold, materials, labor, overhead, other, and total cost goods sold. We want to skip a sale and we want to put in gross profit. We're going to do a little bit of formatting, and right now what you're seeing, I'm missing a line. You need to put sales under the bold sales. So there should be another line, sales under the bold sales. So I'm inserting a line to reflect that. So after formatting, your spreadsheet should look like this. Format it however you want. Now we're at the lower portion of our spreadsheet, and we are going to type in operating expenses, salary and wages, workman's comp, payroll taxes, maintenance, general liability insurance, licenses, telephone, office supplies, advertisement, accountant, training and development, bank charges, vehicle insurance, vehicle gas, bank loan repayment, total operating expenses. So after the total operating expenses, we want to skip a step or skip a cell, and we want to put in our operating income, interest income, other income, total non-operating income, income before taxes. You want to skip a cell, income taxes, skip another cell, and finally your net income. So now we're going to do a little bit of formatting. As previously stated, I'm using a black and white formatting with bold text. You could change your filling if you want a black background, maybe pink, but whatever resonates with you, you could put that in there. So we want our spreadsheet to look like this. So now that we have our spreadsheet formatted, we are going to start filling out our formulas. So in gross sales, we want to take the sum of sales B4 through B5. So sum B4 through B5. And that total cost of goods sold, we want to take the sum of B8 through B11. So just materials through other. So when you hit that formula, you always want sum equal sum, whatever the sale, semicolon, the starting sale, then the last sale. Gross profit is, remember our last video, gross profit is gross sales minus cost of goods sold. So that is your dollar amount of your gross profit. So gross sales minus the cost of goods sold is your gross profit. And on your operating expenses, we are just taking the sum of all those items that's under the operating expense column, and we are summing that. Operating income, that is your gross profit minus your operating expenses is your operating income. So your gross profit minus your operating expenses is your operating income. Your non-operating income is your sum of your interest income and your other income. Interest income and other income is income that comes from other investments that your business has made and does not incur operating expenses. So that's just like if you have some CDs or if you're investing into the stock market, whatever the non-operating income. And if you have questions about that, please see your accountant. Income before taxes, you want to sum your operating income and your non-operating income. That's your income before taxes. And then your tax, whatever the charge is, or the sales tax rate for your state, if you have sales tax in your state. With Michigan, it is 6%. So you need to deduct that from your income tax. So now we just need to fill out our entire spreadsheet with our formulas. So we are going to go back to the top at gross sales, which is in column B6, and we are going to highlight the corner right bottom of the cell and drag it all the way to December. So you're going from left to right. Go back to the top in the sales row, and we are going to fill out those formulas, and basically we are going to sum up the row of the sales and other in the total column. And once you do that, I want you to go back to column B and highlight the cell so you will be able to drag the formula to get your totals for the year. We are going to continue that for each row, and column. So basically, you are going to each label sales, other, gross sales, materials, labor, overhead, and we are going to drag our formulas from B to M, and we will get the total. So the total, click on the N button for to sum up the total. I want you to put in a separate formula. So we're going to sum B through M in the N column. Okay? So sum B through M in the N column. For additional formatting, to view the spreadsheet with the first column still showing and the cost of goods sold still showing, just go to your view in the Excel tab, and you want to highlight the cell that you want to freeze and click on the freeze panel, and that should let your spreadsheet move without and you will still see the labels like the cost of goods sold and the first column. So after we completed all our summing, we have our sum, we dragged our formulas for each row. I want you to insert a column between column A and B, and we are going to put in December. So we are going to historize our spreadsheet. So we're going to just start with December, because December, we should know our numbers for December by now because we are in January. So put your numbers in, well, label that B column, December, and you see I'm dragging from the right to the left and it automatically pops in. The next thing I'm going to do is put in my December numbers. I am going to skip the part where I have a formula, because we are going to just automatically put the formula from cell C into there. So the only numbers that you should be keying in is the ones that does not require a formula, and that's the numbers that it should change on a month-to-month basis. Okay, so I sold 21,000 in December. My other sales was approximately 500. My materials and labor, the cost to me was 10 grand and 500, and I had other overhead expenses. And if you see, I dragged my totals from the C column to the B column, and it's automatically totaling that for me. So fill in your operating expenses, and then you will have a total of your gross profit and your operating income. Hopefully your operating income is a positive and not a negative. So if it's a negative number, your operating income, the number will be in parentheses. And you see mine is in a positive. So we're going to fill that in after the operating income. We want the other income. That's if you have other investments that you're drawing interest from. And your taxes from your sales and from your non-operating income. That's if you incur taxes. If you're having a question about this last operating income, interest income, other income, or even your income taxes, please see an accountant. They could give you detailed information, what is taxable in your state and what you need to be forwarding to your customers so you won't have to eat that cost. And so the final number that we will be getting is our net income. That net income should be 15 to 20% of your gross profit. That means that you are profitable. Mine's is about 15%. So that means I'm profitable for this month. Other months, sometimes I'm in the negative. I'm not going to even lie to you because that's the cost of doing business. I have I wouldn't call it seasonal, but sometimes it can get seasonal. So that's why I need to find other ways to diversify my income. Okay, so we should have a spreadsheet that looks like this. Your spreadsheet should be fabulous. If this is the first time you're tuning into my channel, please click that like button, that subscribe button, that notification bell, and you will get all the notifications when I upload a video on a weekly basis. It's all about finance. It's all about owning your business. It's all about positive affirmation. So our last two videos, we went through key terms and definitions on why you should set up or why you should know your business finances. And I am going to link that in the comment section. Hey, in that spreadsheet that we just did, I gave you a starting point if you are trying to start a business, even if you're not going to the bank or if you're going to the bank. So I am sending all my good to you. Thank you for tuning in once again. Please join me on my next video where I am going to talk about chargebacks, how to avoid them, and how to protect yourself from the consumer. And I'm saying consumer like they're a bad thing, but no, they keep us operating. But credit cards are there to protect the consumer. And if you get a chargeback, they're going to automatically give the money back. Doesn't matter. You will have to dispute that charge to say, hey, this was a legitimate charge. I did perform services for that. So tune in. That video will be dropping on Tuesday. And I am sending all my good to you once again. Thank you for tuning in, and I will talk to you later.